So if you follow tech, you've probably heard that AMD supports their CPU generations for a pretty long period of time within motherboards. For example, this Ryzen B350 Tomahawk currently has a Ryzen 7 1700, but you can run this 5700X. But what I've seen a lot of people miss is that they throw the CPU in and they never check the actual BIOS revision. You need to update the BIOS, and it can be scary, but it's actually not that difficult. Just get yourself a flash drive, head on over to the product page of your motherboard and look for drivers and downloads. And then this next step is actually pretty important. Double check which version of the BIOS you need to download for the CPU that you've purchased, because in our instance, the motherboard is so old and the CPU is a much later version, so you actually have to run the beta version of a BIOS because there is no newer version that is not beta. So in this instance, we have to install AMI BIOS 7A34V1QC beta version, because that came out actually not too long ago, 2024. It'll usually download the BIOS in a zip file, so you'll have to unzip it and then just drop it onto your flash drive. Now, I have seen some motherboards accept the exFAT format for this, but since I was moving the files around on a Mac, I just put it in FAT32 format. Plug it on into the computer. Sometimes you can get away with plugging it into the front I/O, other times it has to go directly into the motherboard at the back. I'm gonna go ahead and click on M Flash, and then my sister-in-law's computer's in Chinese, but we're gonna hit yes. All right, and then we'll get an enter flash mode option, and then it'll bring us up to this screen here. Go ahead and click on your USB, and well, there's the BIOS. And there we can see the revision difference and the build date. Holy crap, this thing was updated in 2018. Confirm we want to do the flash, and then don't touch anything. This is the part that always wigs people out, because if you lose power, turn the PC off, or unplug the USB, you can brick your motherboard, so this is where you have to be careful. Oh, that's actually nice. My motherboard didn't do this. Mouse and keyboard would be locked during update. That's kind of cool. All right, and that is 100% complete, and it'll restart. Don't worry. And then we're gonna mash the delete key like it owes us money until we get into the BIOS. And there we go, brand new BIOS. And so now that we have the BIOS updated, we can install the new CPU because, as you saw earlier, this thing's running the Ryzen 7 1700, which is not supported by Windows 11, and because Windows 10 is only gonna be supported here until October, my sister-in-law wanted to get this updated to Windows 11 for multiple reasons, including that, so now we can do it.